The Sanctum Sanctorum was shielded by one such incantation, but greatly amplified by the convergence of ley lines.
Ley lines?
Often dismissed as pseudoscience in the modern day, ley lines actually represent the convergence of magical energies formed within the Earth itself. Ancient civilizations built their temples along these lines, tapping into the power flowing through them. 2 such lines converge at the Sanctum's location. Needless to say, the wards benefit greatly.
How did Wanda come into your care?
Wanda's story is quite tragic and perhaps not mine to tell. There was an accident on the Abbey grounds not long ago involving Agatha.
That must have been some accident.
Agatha had been teaching Wanda, hoping she would learn to control her immense but very raw power. As their training progressed, Wanda was encouraged to push herself further. Eventually, she pushed too far.
Let us talk later.
Visit whenever you like. It's not often I get to converse with a true legend.
Let us talk later.
Visit whenever you like. It's not often I get to converse with a true legend.
Alright, let's talk to Tony Stark. Is there anything else we can pick up? Nope. Alright.
I hate to admit it, but somehow this ancient forge puts any arc reactor I've got to shame. Who would have thought mystically bound demon power would be so damn energy efficient? Or carbon neutral? Certainly got that new suit of yours done a lot faster than I expected. Speaking of, what's the verdict, boss?
It is nice having an armorer on demand.
Anytime. I tried to make this version a little less palatable to that symbiote thing. It was this close to making it menthol flavored. But tools are just one part of the equation. You gotta know how to use them too. You were out, what, 300 years before we woke you from your eternal rest? I'm betting you have questions, so ask away, Hunter.
I take it this new version is a technological marvel?
Impact-resistant carbon composites, some patent-pending alloy mesh, and a few touches from Dr. Spooky over there. And hey, the built-in communicator means we can talk to each other without sending a raven.
So it is a marvel, then?
Lightweight, nearly indestructible, and modular enough for future upgrades. Frankly, I wouldn't have used your old suit to wax the Mandarin's car.
Is all this magic a threat to your new technology?
It might surprise some people to hear this, but I do like some things with rules. Isotope decay, magnetic fields, and gamma oscillation make a lot more sense to me than Eye of Newt, bat wings, and a sprinkle of sunshine. At least they did before everything changed.
We're not a fucking wizard, pal, or a witch. I suppose, obviously, Doctor Strange is, though, isn't he?
But you and the Doctor seem to work well together.
Well, no need to put a label on things. The guy is good at making sense of this madness every now and then. When he's not talking to his cape.
Seen anything strange around here?
What, other than my roommate? Boom! Roasted! But on a more serious note, this place is legitimately haunted. Mirrors look back at you. My room rearranges itself. And worst of all, magic cats.
I am sure there are worse places to be.
Oh, true. I could be rooming next to Carol. Her snoring is loud enough to wake the dead. Really, really tired people. Don't get me wrong, I'm happy we have a place free from Lilith's influence. While it lasts.
What sort of things are you doing in here?
Oh, that's right. You were out a while. Basically, we've got a gigantic demon inside the magic box here that provides near limitless power for whatever we might need. Sounds insane, but sometimes it's easier to just go with it.
Okay. So, why not magically create a way through that symbiote shield?
Have you ever known it to work that way? We can't just wish upon a star here. We need to know what we're making first and put together the right components. Otherwise, I'd have already whipped up Strange a new personality.
You must have an interesting origin story of your own.
Well, just your typical American boy. Pops was a founding member of the military-industrial complex. Mom, a famous socialite. Tragedy struck when I lost them both in a car crash, which turned out to be a hit from a rival corporation. I spent my early teens at MIT, trying to clear my head, and was all set to follow in Dad's footsteps as a war profiteer. Then one day, fortune shined on me, in the form of some errant shrapnel that lodged itself just above my heart. So I did what anybody in that situation would do. I built a supersuit and started fighting crime.
You seem well-adjusted enough, considering.
Exactly, which means there's hope for you yet. I find these apocalypse scenarios will save you tons of therapy.
Thanks for catching me up on things.
Anytime. Oh, and speaking of things, remember that creepy gamma goop you found from that hopped-up Hydra soldier? Well, I gave it a peek, and it explains a lot. If you have a minute, meet me at the anvil over there, and I'll walk you through it. I promise it'll be worth your time. Now, I doubt advanced gamma thermodynamics was a hot topic at Yield Demon Hunting School, so I'm just gonna give you the condensed version.
I appreciate that.
Closest I've ever seen to this substance is pumping through Bruce's veins. Part gamma accelerant, part unknown element. Calling it coil for now, given its unique atomic structure. Man, I love acronyms. This stuff is more volatile than Nick Fury on a Monday morning. But Hydra doesn't seem to mind.
They're using it to get stronger.
Exactly. A few drops would make your average salamander look like Fin Fang Foom. Thankfully, with a little help from Dr. Spooky and our haunted oven over here, I think two can play at this game.
You are not suggesting we start injecting ourselves with it?
No, nothing like that. Though I can see some future applications for my energy drink line. I was thinking we apply this stuff towards upgrading our equipment.
I like where this is going.
Just give me a little time here and I can whip up some pretty fun toys. How about we give Hydra a taste of their own gamma-powered medicine for a change? What have you got for me, boss?
Analyzing gamma coils. Tony Stark can use the coil material recovered in combat to create hero abilities. Only one of the abilities on offer can be selected, so choose wisely.
Don't keep me out. How does this look? How long did you say you were
Hunter, when you have a minute, come meet me in the yard.
Hero abilities. You have gained a copy of a currently equipped ability. If taken to the yard, duplicate abilities can be combined into new, more powerful versions. Okay. Tony Stark, why does my equipment smell like popcorn? Question mark. Nico Monoro, maybe it's your portable microwave? Question mark. We used it a few nights ago when we camped out in the grounds. Are you saying you took a potentially groundbreaking weapon from my lab and used it for snacks? Question mark. Carol Danvers, yeah? Question mark. Was it the fusion decoupler? Question mark. The mass modifier? Question mark. I better not find s'mores in my gamma cyclotron. How would we make s'mores in a cyclotron? Question mark. Do you know how s'mores are made, Tony? Question mark. Ilyana Rasputin, he thinks the butler brings them. Don't change the subject. Fair enough. Alright. Edit deck. Heroes must have 8 abilities equipped to their combat decks. To equip a new ability, you must first unequip the ability you wish to replace. Okay. Don't understand what we're actually missing here. Okay, let's go back out of this, because I think we might have already got that attack somehow. Alright. Talk to Blade in the yard.
Welcome to the yard. At least that's what we're calling it these days. Caretaker put me in charge of your training. Too bad she didn't listen to me yesterday. Now that we know what we're up against, I think we can all use the practice. Any questions?
I did, but they are about you.
Right when it's time to train? From all Sarah told us about you, she never described you as lazy.
Everyone loves you when you are dead. Tell me, does that mean you are half-loved?
She didn't describe you as a snarky jackass, but here we are. All right, Tony Stark.
I thought that was quite funny.
Ask your questions.
Can I ask about you?
I guess.
Is your name really Blade?
Is your name really the Hunter?
Yes.
Oh, really? Your mom, before she became the mother of demons, looked into your cradle and decided to name her firstborn child the Hunter.
That is how I understand it.
It takes all kinds.
So, is your name really Blade?
No.
What is it?
It's private.
Is it embarrassing?
No, the hunter, but I only share it with friends.
You do not consider me a friend?
Not yet. Don't take it personally.
Fair point.
How did you become a Dampier?
You say that like I had a choice. I was born this way.
How is that possible?
A vampire bit my mother. Problem was, I was still in the womb. I'm lucky I was even born. Don't know if that's how it always is, but that's the way it went down for me.
How long have you been around?
I don't exactly know. I think of myself as mid-20s maybe. I lost a lot of time. Much of the last century was a blur. I have occasional memories, almost like coming up for air before being yanked back down into the depths.
What happened?
I killed a lot of vampires. I hadn't lost my mind exactly, but I got into a rhythm and never stopped. Never had a reason to stop. Not until I met Caretaker.
And then?
She gave me a reason to stop.
What brought you to the Abbey?
Caretaker. About 10 years ago, she brought me back to the real world. Gave me a place to stay until I came back to myself.
Did she ever say why?
She said she thought I'd be able to kill more vampires if I was acting on more than just instinct. But I know it was more than that. She gave me safe haven here at the Abbey. Something I'd never known. Must have read half the books in the library by the time I headed out. So when she reached out and asked me to be part of this weird little club, of course I showed up.
Tell me about the Midnight Suns.
All right.
Why did you join? Vampire hunting is a solitary affair.
Guess I never found the right team.
Is that all?
No, but that's all I'll share for now. You really want to know? Put in the work. If I trust you, I'll have more to say.
What can you tell me about the others?
Nothing. Ask them yourself.
I'm not asking you to break anyone's confidence.
Fine. Which one?
What do you know about magic?
Keeps to herself.
That is it?
She's a private person. Until she lets you in, that's all you need to know.
When does she let people in?
At her own pace. Respect that, and it'll happen faster than you think. Who else?
Tell me about Nico.
She's the youngest, but she acts like she's in charge.
Why let her act like that?
She's usually right, and she keeps us on track. I didn't think we'd get along, but we wouldn't be the Midnight Suns without her.
What makes you say that?
She has a lot of heart, and that's why we let her. Anyone else?
What about Robbie?
He's exactly what he seems. Well, sort of. He's open with people, easygoing. Sometimes that comes across as dopey, but don't get the wrong impression. He's quick to make friends, and once he does, he's your friend for life. So don't let him down, or I'll hold it against you. Who else?
Tell me what you think of Sarah.
Well, there are a few people I tolerate, even less who I like. Sarah, I respect. She sees the big picture, and we're a part of it. I'd follow her to hell if I had to. And from what I understand, we may have to.
I am surprised she commands such respect.
I'm surprised that you're surprised. You know what she's like more than any of us.
I do.
Who else?
Nobody else.
Sure.
Do you have any thoughts on the team as a whole?
I think we're the only ones aware of the danger Lilith poses to this world. And I think we're pretty green. But enough training will get us through it. Speaking of training, we doing this, or are we gonna keep wasting daylight?
I am ready to train.
Finally. Ready for more? I think we've got something for everyone.
Upgrading abilities. If a hero possesses 2 copies of an ability, they can be combined to create a new, more powerful version. Alright. Okay. Fair enough. That's why it wasn't really coming up with anything. Ability upgraded Hunter. Okay.
Do your thing. See you around. What's up?
Thanks, Blade.
Sure.
Talk to Captain Marvel. Alright.
Like the way you move out there, Hunter. Guess Dr. Strange picked the right supernatural demon hunter to resurrect. I'm Carol Danvers. You can call me Captain Marvel. Kidding. Carol's fine. Just thought I'd throw a bone to the Avengers PR team. Not gonna lie, going a few rounds in Vampire Guy's Magic Thunderdome sounds like fun, but we've got bigger fish to fry. Well, not so much fish as that ginormous invulnerable sewer monster that swallowed the Sanctum.
The Venom creature surprised me before. He will not do so again.
That thing's tougher than a flirkin' furball. You better steer clear of him and his creepy slime shield for a while. Strange, Caretaker, and the rest of the funky bunch can try and magic their way through that shield all they want. If my time as a pilot taught me one thing, it's that sometimes you've gotta find a workaround. As in Hydra. They've gotta know the way inside. Steve's always said they aren't much for talking. But then again, I'm told I can be rather persuasive when I need to be.
Just how far are you willing to go, Captain?
Let's just say that I'm willing to unleash the power of a quantum singularity white hole on them if need be.
Quantum... what?
You'll see. Find me in the war room when you're finished here. There's a few things we should discuss. Oh, and Hunter? Welcome back from the dead.
Okay.
Hunter. What's up?
Thanks, Blade.
Sure.
Nothing is certain these days, but these readings are too distinct to ignore. The gamma signature is...
Sorry, Bruce, we lost you. Did you say Gamma?
Yes,
Hang on a second. Come on, Tony. You managed to stream the Super Bowl to a Kree battleship 50 light-years out. This should be easy.
Oh, we waited all year for that game, and you know the Skrulls would have spoiled it for us if they got the chance.
Well, can't you just... I don't know.
Work my magic again? See, that's the problem. This time I am working with actual magic, and let me tell you, it sucks.
Hey, Hunter.
Ow.
The gamma signature is completely inverted. The daughter nuclei are being reabsorbed into the parent nuclei, which is impossible.
If the gamma signature from the Sanctum is really that unique, Bruce, then couldn't we just...
Sorry, still working out a few gremlins in the system.
Try sunlight, and whatever you do, avoid water.
Oh, wait, you're being serious?
We should be able to track this new gamma signature to its source then, right? I'd do it myself, but we seem to be having a little IT trouble today.
Please. Old Central here is ready to grind through that data like chum.
What exactly is a central?
CENTRAL. Cognitive encryption, net transmogrification. We'll figure it out later.
Sending coordinates now. Hope your gremlins enjoy gamma spectroscopy.
Well, he's been a little moody lately, ever since, you know, the problem with the big old green guy.
I heard that.
Banner can't turn into the Hulk? Not sure if we should be frightened or relieved.
That makes 2 of us.
Oh, hey. Come on. Happens to everyone. Well, okay, not everyone.
Nice work, Bruce.
I know that place. Creepy abandoned warehouse in the bad guy part of town.
My favorite kind. Anybody up for paying it a visit?
Definitely.
Aw, see that? Teamwork goosebumps.
Find me when you're ready.
Let's get this show on the road.
Multi-million-dollar piece of experimental technology, and she kicks it.
The two of us on the mean streets of New York? Evildoers beware. Not a bad place to be posted up, all things considered. At least, saying my time is valuable sounds kind of uppity, but there are people out there counting on me to keep the peace.
I'm a little surprised Strange isn't taking the lead again. I was hoping we'd get the battle of the unlicensed doctors. Strange versus Faustus for all the marbles.
It was just recently that the Hudson Yards Development Restoration Association purchased this entire block. I'll let you think about that one for a minute.
A slow motion walking, that's called.
Let's see. Trench coat, sunglasses at night, brooding personality. Something tells me these midnight warehouse raids are pretty normal for you.
Very.
This area in particular?
Occasionally. Good for a late night snack.
Oh.
The falafel place down the road. Stays open till 3.
Oh, right, sure. Only maybe next time say it less vampire-y.
We're going in from the rooftops. That may seem old-fashioned to Captain Marvel and friends, but we Midnight Suns tend to obey the law of gravity. Guess I can put away the garlic. Won't do much.
Monsters from hell, portals to limbo. It's all relative when you're working with the big bad Midnight Suns. Looking forward to going a few rounds with these new and improved Hydra soldiers.
Don't worry, this is a different portal to a different location. Go and grab it.
Gamma signatures and unstable isotopes aren't really in my wheelhouse. So we'll be patching Dr. Banner through from Avengers Tower once you reach the other side.
Not bad for our first team-up.
Let's go.
Probably can scratch a band end off the description of this place. You seeing this, Bruce? Getting all sorts of weird down there.
Johann Fenhoff. That hack. I heard he was dead. Well, hoped is perhaps the more accurate description.
Calls himself Faustus now.
Dr. Faustus.
Hydra's resident mad scientist.
Not just Hydras. Liliths. That's magic coming from those crates. I can feel it.
Yeah? How about gamma radiation? You feeling that too? Because that's some pretty evil-looking Hydra tech down there.
Gamma and magic.
Gonna need you to use your science brain on this one, Bruce.
We need to approach this situation carefully. Combining those energies is an explosive proposition at best. Think scalpel, not hammer. Stealth, not strength.
Yeah, I don't do stealth.
Kill them.
Captain Marvel and me are on the same page. I don't really like stealth myself, so I usually go all in. Defeat all enemies to complete the encounter.
I always considered Faustus a bit of a crackpot, but his fundamental science must be sound. The device would have surely exploded otherwise after your display, Carol.
Learned it by watching you, Bruce. Interesting.
As a child, I feared the servants of Lilith. Now I teach them to fear me.
Save this one just for you!
Now I see why so many fear your strength.
We will never forsake her. Arm Alpha reinforcing.
Tactics mode. Tactics mode allows you to quickly assess the entire battlefield and the condition of enemy units. Activate tactics mode by pressing L2.
I've never been one to buy into the science of magic, but the data I'm seeing is hard to ignore. There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio.
You know you're talking to a vampire, an alien hybrid, and a resurrected demon hunter, right?
Hail that! I feel more like myself every day. The light will carry you onward.
That should help.
Time's up for these chumps.
Hail Hydra!
I must have angered them.
Hostile reinforcements inbound.
Is it possible he somehow stabilized the rate of decay within the particles themselves? How else could he be achieving such a high yield?
I don't know, Bruce. I'll be sure to ask him when we're done punching out the bad guys.
No more.
You don't have to show off for me, Blade. Your fate is sealed. Weak, even for Hydra.
Even the best can get better.
All right.
By her command.
Keep trying. Maybe you'll get lucky.
Perhaps Faustus's device is worth further study. If you wouldn't mind, Carol, I'd prefer it if you and your supernatural associate not... Yes.
Captain Marvel binary. Captain Marvel can now go binary. Playing 3 Captain Marvel cards will draw the Go Binary ability. In a binary state, Captain Marvel will deal significantly more damage. Captain Marvel will lose her binary state once all of her block has been removed.
Never seen that before.
Nice move.
Playtime's over.
Leave some for the rest of us.
Pull back and regroup.
Got him scared. Just need to finish. Should get the blood pumping.
That is one way the prison's known.
Let's do it.
That was something.
Go, now, quickly!
Let's go, go, go!
The perfect opportunity to field test Mother's device.
Watch out!
Get her!
Recover artifact, recover the artifact from the truck, retrieve the mysterious artifact from the truck, break the Hydra shield guard's protection to access the truck, use the recover artifact card to secure the artifact.
For the record, Bruce, I did not smash that thing.
Noted, Carol. Perhaps you might direct all that energy towards your newfound adversaries instead. And the mysterious cargo they're attempting to escape with?
Protection. Protection. Any object that is protected cannot be completed. Reduce the Hydra shield guard's block to 0 in order to break protection. Okay.
A pathetic attempt at intimidation.
That's a neat trick.
It's impossible.
Now that was something.
Don't blink. And I thought Man-Thing was ugly.
Hydra, Immortalis!
I think they like me.
Your persistence.
Support units on the move.
Dazed hero. Heroes dazed and unable to act. The other heroes must take a number of actions before the dazed effect wears off. Tip, the number of actions remaining are displayed on the dazed hero's health bar.
Preliminary analysis of the blast confirms high levels of gamma and various unknowns.
There is dark magic at work here. We must not let Hydra escape with it.
That's one hell of a move. Watch me. You kissed the mother with that mouth?
Hydra's in control of the situation.
They're hoping to wear me down.
Deja vu.
Time for the real thing.
To be crystal clear, we won't be able to recreate Faustus's experiment or track potential future variants' gamma signatures without a baseline resonant sample from his initial occult catalog.
Got it. Stop the truck.
I saw a move like that once, centuries ago.
Don't blink! Didn't think I could get any stronger.
Hydra! Hope you're ready.
Take advantage while they focus on me.
These delays can be quite frustrating. Infuriating, even. I suppose by now I'd normally be tromping through the warehouse.
I've got a pair of torn purple pants with your name on them. Ready up. At least monsters are wild and unpredictable. These rent-a-mercs have no gumption.
Your loyalty to the mother of demons will be your undoing.
This is getting old.
I was born for this. They're almost here. Hold position.
I am at my limit.
Watch, look. It sounds to me like they just missed their mama.
Is that all?
They cannot possibly match your strength.
until the end. Are you ready? So you're gonna remember me.
You had your chances.
The light is getting dim.
Finish them off. A supply crate has been recovered. Defeat the remaining enemies to complete the mission.
One less thing to worry about. Approximately 16,342 more to go. I suggest the remaining Hydra forces in your vicinity.
Vampires are not the only ones who fear you.
Forever in service.
Lilith must really want me out of the picture.
I might be in trouble this time.
You are lucky to still be breathing.
What's this?
I am impressed.
Let's do it.
Leave some for the rest of us.
Position compromised.
I can only endure so much. Was that truly your best?
You asked for it.
Now you're just showing off, Carol.
We've done it!
That was a close call.
Bad guy crate, full of bad guy stuff.
I know those symbols from the time of the first hunt. That glyph means barrier. That one, almighty. Something, something. Gods and demons.
So a spooky bad guy crate.
Very spooky. Designed to contain powerful magic. Be careful.
Got it. Don't cross the streams.
Never do. How about we get this thing back to the Abbey and see for ourselves?
I know it wasn't the best, but it is what it is. So we got a Captain Marvel comic, Marvel Comic Group, 5th of June. Can she survive a Forstern bargain? Question mark, exclamation mark. Our main character, well, our character that we created nearly died, but hey ho, he didn't. Friendship gained with Captain Marvel and Blade.
I mean, I didn't get Hydra bombed until my 10th run with the Avengers.
Kid, you do know that I'm a good 3 centuries older than you, right?
Then you've got a lot of catching up to do.
Okay, Abbey tournament tonight.
Sure about that? Last one got a little heated.
The eternal spirits of vengeance take technical fouls very seriously, especially in the 4th quarter.
Forget it. Tonight is movie night.
It is always movie night. Exactly.
Wow, out of jail again? Who made this game? Wilson Fisk?
Well, if parking is free, clearly no one from Manhattan.
You know what they say?
Who made this game,
All work
Wilson
and no
Fisk?
play is how we ended up with Ultron. Come on. You should hang out.
I should rest. Another time.
I like these puns, man. Get out of jail card.
How did this work again?
What is this? Who made this? Wilson Fisk? Nah, but if you know who Wilson Fisk is, aka Kingpin, you'll understand that little joke. Superlink. Nico sent you a message on Superlink. Open the strategy pause menus using the D-pad, not D-pad, I forget what that button is, but anyway we know how to do it. Then use L1 to navigate to Superlink. Finally use R2 to check for new messages. Alright, we'll have a look in a second. Is there anything else to see? Nico Minoru. Hunter, you there? Question mark. By the way, this is Nico. In case nobody gave you the rundown on how the spark works, Blade and Captain Marvel just filled us in. Freaky stuff. Especially forced us. Calm down, pal. And then they all just left me here alone. You should come hang out. Thank you, Nico, but I am tired. Alright, chill. Fuck me, man.
Good. You answered. Getting hard to keep finding ways to say open door around here. And despite what Robbie says, I don't think the staff of one speaks High Elven. Blood magic stuff. Cool room. Spacious. Aw, is that bed for Charlie?
Yes?
So, if you're planning on giving me some sort of brooding code of the stoic warrior speech, I'm immune. Just ask Blader Magic. From what I just saw out there, whatever crazy ancient living weapons stuff Caretaker put you through back in the day did a real number on you. We got a lot of work to do.
Work?
Yeah, talking to people, making friends, basic human stuff. Or quasi-human. You're a Midnight Sun now. One of us.
Nico, I was just Hydra bombed. I could use some rest.
You and me both. Been bad dreams every night for me lately. I, keep seeing Wanda. She... Never mind.
I will meet you outside.
Yes! I'll go nuke us some popcorn and you pick out a movie. Oh, and it may just be the two of us. The others went outside, needed to cool off. Really need to hang a fan over that forge. Or maybe crack open the casket of ancient wonders a little?
Okay, we're doing quite well with all our stuff so far. I mean, we could sleep. But what use would that be? Let's have a wall frame. Wall frames be Hunter's quarters upgrade complete. Happy days. Yeah, we don't need none of that. We do need glasses, because obviously I wear glasses. So, The best we're going to come close to that is an aviator, by the looks of things. Just check down here again. I can't see us seeing anything new, but you never know.
Interesting.
These missions can't be good for Caretaker's blood pressure. That's twice now her precious hunter has almost gotten smacked by Hydra. I know this entire situation's gotta suck for you. Not just the whole resurrected, chosen one thing. I get why facing Lilith won't be easy. I was 15 when I found out my mother was capital E evil.
Sorry to hear you went through that.
It was bad, but I learned to deal with it. It's the only way forward, right? Look, I'm glad my mother is gone, but yeah, at times I just want to hear her voice again. Some days I'd give anything to make that happen. Makes me hate her even more.
I did not realize you carried such pain.
I just learned to bury it. You think I can afford a therapist on a superhero salary? I'm kidding. We don't get paid for this. Enough about our crappy parents. You missed out on decades of good movies. It's my solemn duty to fill this knowledge gap with the best examples I can provide. So, the first thing you need to know, the glowing briefcase is a metaphor. I won't forget it. So, what did you think of the movie?
I understood more than I should.
How? You've been dead for 3 centuries.
I'm not so sure I was dead. Not exactly. I recall a deep slumber, not the void. I dreamt.
Of what?
Of everything. Much of this world is familiar to me. I know it from my dreams.
That's not creepy at all. So, do you know everything?
No, think of it like this. I know what a car is, but I have no idea how to drive.
You're up to date, but not omniscient. Then I'm guessing you don't know much about me.
Just what you shared earlier.
You're always free to ask. Like, what's the staff of one? Or who were the runaways?
I had some questions about your staff.
Sure. But first, the basics. The Staff of One interprets words or phrases as spells, but it can only cast a spell once. No repeats.
Can you tell me how the Staff of One functions?
It's, blood magic, so my own blood is required to summon it. You wouldn't believe how many adhesive bandages I go through each year.
What about the words you speak?
They come true. Kind of. And not always the way I expect. It's like making a wish, but you can never make the same wish again.
I had some questions about your old team.
The runaways? Sure thing.
Who was on the team?
At first, Chase with his mad science gear, Molly, our pint-sized powerhouse, Carolina, the solar-powered sweetheart. Gert had a telepathic link to Old Lace, a genetically engineered Deinonychus from the 87th century. I handled the blood magic, though I didn't understand it much. And Alex, well, we don't talk about Alex.
Were you all heroes who banded together?
No, we were normal kids. We saw each other once a year when our parents got together to reminisce. And then we found out two very disturbing things. First, our parents were supervillains who sacrificed children to evil gods. Second, each of us had some sort of powerful birthright. Our parents wanted us to follow in their footsteps.
What did you do?
We ran, but eventually we realized only the 6 of us could stop our parents and their dark gods, so we faced them and stopped them from destroying reality as we know it. You know, typical kid stuff.
Where are your friends now?
Molly attends Xavier's School for Gifted Youngsters. Carolina left Earth to marry alien nobility. Gert... She didn't make it. After Gert passed, Chase and I had a falling out. The last I heard, he and Old Lace are living at his family home in L.A. As for Alex, he chose his side, and it wasn't ours. He died with our parents.
I had some questions about your staff.
Go for it.
If each magical effect is unique, do you worry you will run out of words?
Not really. I only use the staff's power when I truly need it. The rest of the time, I rely on more conventional means. Like, you know, magic.
I should get going.
Good timing. Looks like Caretaker wants to speak with you, and wow, I should get to bed. Time flies when you're hanging out.
I'm glad to see you're using your free time productively. Looks like you're finding your way around. Maybe making some new friends.
I was planning on getting some rest, but...
Things are moving at a frantic pace. For all we know, I'll be landing a jet on the roof with Mr. Stark this afternoon. Not quite like it was in the good old days.
I remember many sleepless nights and blood-soaked days. Always on the hunt.
I'll give you that. But there were times back then I wouldn't trade for anything. With both you and...
Agatha. Where is Agatha?
I am sorry. I should have had this talk with you much sooner. But you should know... Agatha... She's no longer with us.
What? That is impossible. She was so...
Fierce, indomitable, or maybe just kind to a fault.
You do not have to do this.
Thank you, but I do. I haven't spoken to anyone about what happened. And more so than anyone, you deserve to know. Agatha died in an accident caused by her protege, Wanda Maximoff, the Scarlet Witch. The Midnight Sun's latest recruit, a powerful spellcaster in her own right. Perhaps the most powerful Agatha and I had ever seen. Wanda's abilities were growing. Too quickly for my liking. Agatha was determined to help her control them. I tried to caution her, but she would not listen. There was an incident. An accident, I'm sure, but...
Agatha was killed.
Yes, incinerated in an instant. Not even ash to remember her by. The others were heartbroken, as was I. But I also saw the danger, the threat, if Wanda's powers were left unchecked. So I did what needed to be done. I sent Wanda away, to the Sanctum Sanctorum, to study under Dr. Strange. I know the others still harbor a great deal of resentment towards me for it.
Wanda's powers were so out of control they cost a life. Your decision may have saved lives, if not the entire Abbey.
I like to believe that, especially given her current situation. Wanda, Agatha, it seems we have lost them both now. I conjured a small shrine to Agatha's memory on the grounds, hoping to find some solace, a way to move forward. You should pay your respects. Maybe you'll find what I couldn't. Good night, Hunter.
Balance. The hunter can follow the path of light or dark through the choices they make in the Abbey and the abilities they use in combat. Powerful rewards can be unlocked as Hunter moves down either path.
I remember when I used to go out on these missions myself. At least I can always rely on you to get the job done. They don't all need to be battles against some infamous demonic threat. Sometimes a nice straight fight is all you need.
Bottle of 18-year-old aged root beer, common gift.
Whatever it is that Faustus knows, he's willing to make any sacrifice.
Two oyster mushrooms, reagents. How the fuck are we able to talk to a ghost, man? Guess we're gonna find out.
Agatha!
You always did have the most remarkable eyes, Hunter. Just like your mother's. Maybe that's why you're the first.
The first?
To commune with the spirits, of course.
Is this a trick of some kind? Because I am not amused.
No, it's no trick, dear. You're just the first to see me. By now you've heard I had a bit of trouble with my corporeal body. I actually find it quite liberating.
You are dead.
Always straight to the heart of things. That's my Hunter.
You seem strangely at ease about this whole thing.
After 1,000 years of living, you learn to take things in stride. Even death.
And what have you been doing all this time?
Meet me by the cave just over there. You know the one.
The Bloodgate? Caretaker always told me to stay away from that place.
I think we can safely lift the veil on a few more of our secrets. What's the worst that can happen?
New Haven discovered the deserted void. Havens.
What is it, Charlie? Find something?
There are numerous haven locations on the Abbey grounds. Once discovered, a haven can be used for a special daytime hangout with a hero where the friendship rewards are increased. Each haven can be used only once. Each hero can only attend a single haven over the course of the game. Interesting.
Who is a good girl? It is my Charlie girl.
Touch the blood seal.
This ominous-looking portal is known as a blood gate, and you're the only one among us who can pass through it.
Bloodgate? Caretaker's handiwork?
Yes, Sarah got a little overprotective after the accident with Wanda. It's become something of a habit for her.
I have noticed that.
What lies beyond is meant for you, as much as it ever was for her. Assuming you're up to the challenge, that is.
You know I am.
I do. But it's always polite to ask.
Whoa.
Portal awaits. It may look scary, but the trial beyond, well, don't be afraid. The portal awaits.
Trial of the Elder Gods, Oshtur. Open the way to locations barred. Okay, let's go.
There was a time when the blood stood within these celestial halls to prove their worth. This particular arena belongs to a goddess who often favored Sarah, Ashtor.
Sarah, Caretaker, was here?
Nothing ever comes easy, dear. The Elder Gods felt their descendants needed to earn their blessings, which is why they created these trials to begin with.
Trials? I shall.
This entire realm exists for that purpose. Trial by combat, with no chance of outside interference.
And this is my challenge.
Yes, but I may have found a loophole they never considered. Why don't you try summoning your four-legged friend?
Charlie?
The old gods are responsible for a great many creations, including your faithful companion. I think even they tend to forget that. Good luck, dear.
Defeat all enemies to complete the encounter.
As the goddess of balance and order, Ashtor was sometimes called the giver of justice. You can expect her, or at least her idea of one.
You were too weak for this fight. Leave some for the rest of us. No mercy for the servants of God. Your mother abandoned you. Persistence is irritating.
Compared to our girl, these hellhounds are nothing but mindless beasts. Don't hesitate to strike. They certainly won't.
Now that was something. I'm impressed. Your time has come. Feel my call. Once again, Lilith's servants fall.
Good girl, Charlie. Oh, and you too, Hunter.
He's not a girl.
Finish this trial, but don't worry. The other gods are waiting.
Happy days, happy days. Army of Marvel. 1st of March. Enter Oshtur's Cavern. Explore Oshtur's Cavern. Got a Moon Seal Elder artifact.
This looks like a
Trophy earned Oshtur's Gift. Open World of Power. Oshtur's Gift allows magical locks and gates to be opened. Open will allow you to access new areas of the Abbey and its grounds, which are locked by magical means.
Sarah was right to be wary of this place. But it's your birthright, and I think after everything you've been through, you can handle it now. The two of you, as well as your mother, are the last of your kind, the Blood. Your lineage follows an unbroken line to the old gods themselves. And if you call upon them, you might just find they're actually listening. They won't work miracles for you, but their blessings can be quite useful in the right circumstance. Why don't you ask the goddess Oshtur for her aid in dealing with that barrier over there?
Open the gate by using a word of power. Okay. Words of power. Words of power are magical incantations the hunter can use on the Abbey grounds. To use a word of power, hold R2.
Oshtur smiles upon me.
Another arcane chest discovered. So obviously these chests that we're discovering we will be able to come back to at some point.
After all this time, it's still just as beautiful as the first time I laid eyes on it. It's hard to believe Lilith and Caretaker brought this place all the way from Transia. Of course, it was no coincidence that they wound up so close to Salem. This area is particularly attuned to the forces of magic. That's why the Elder God's influence was so prevalent here. And why our sanctuary here has remained all but impregnable over the centuries. And now I'm rambling on like an old sorcerer supreme. Why don't you come see me in the library tomorrow night? Oh, and let's keep this just between the two of us for now. I'm afraid Sarah, caretaker, isn't ready to see me yet. Good night, Hunter.
Well, that was very cool.
Hello, my sweet girl.
Arcana level up. Arcane knowledge 0 out of 150 rewards. Plus 25% bonus resources from pickups. Arcane levels. The hunters increased their arcane level, successfully using words of power exploring the Abbey grounds, and even petting Charlie will grant arcane knowledge, which can increase the hunter's arcane level. At higher arcane levels, the hunter will gain increasingly powerful rewards from the Abbey grounds and arcane chests. Well, there you go.
You're the best girl. You know that, right?
So that's how we gain arcane. That's how we can upgrade or open the chests. Wall frames A Hunter's Quarters upgrade complete. Tutorial frames in the Abbey. Various frames in the Abbey can be interacted with. Paintings can be removed from frames for a small gloss cost. Paintings from your inventory can be placed in empty frames for free. Cool.
That looks good.
Carol Danvers. So Shield sent a new report of a field of wild carrion flowers has popped overnight in an otherwise dry region of the Central Saharan Republic. Robbie Reyes. That sounds nice. Blade, you're being sarcastic, right? Question mark. Flowers in the desert? Question mark. What's wrong with that? Question mark. You look at the photos? Question mark. Okay, giant scary flowers in the desert. Now read the report. Quote unquote rotten corpse smell for miles around. I guess it was sarcasm all along. Fair enough.
Is this thing on? Hunter, please come to the forge at your earliest convenience. Again, that's Hunter to the forge. Thank you. Strange out.
Arcane keys available. So we still need arcane keys, apparently. So the forge is obviously over here.
Hey, for someone they just dug up, you look pretty fresh.
Take a friend painting with you around the abbey. Each haven can only be used once. Each hero will join a haven only once. Major friendship XP gains. Fuck it.
What is the strangest spell you ever cast?
On purpose? Oh, at my cousin Ray's bachelorette party, I may have brought her favorite cartoon to life.
Go on.
She used to obsess about this old kids show with talking sea creatures, and I thought, what better time to use the Staff of One? She'll never forget this night.
What happened?
She'll never forget how her favorite cartoon characters showed up as exotic dancers. Nor will she ever forgive me.
Which one was the worst of them?
The octopus. He was Ray's favorite from the show, but he clearly did not want to be there. He was so mean to her that Ray's best friend nearly started a fight.
Oh no.
It was fine. The rest of us kept Ray company until the spell wore off. Gotta stick up for the bride, you know? Can we do it again?
Oh, that was very cool.
Look nothing alike. Tony Stark used to be the ultra-rich jerk I saw on TV. Now, he's the ultra-rich jerk who eats all the cashews in the bowl. Captain Marvel beat me at cards. Yet another phrase I never expected to say out loud.
Man, I just wish I could have brought my brother Gabe along. He'd love this place. Sorry if I went a little heavy on the aftershave, but it's not easy covering up sulfur, you know?
Fair point.
See, Hunter, you're so much more than a weapon. You're fun. We still have so many more movies to show you, like 70s grindhouse flicks.
Salutations.
Okay, let's make our way to the forge.
Fascinating.
Hunter, just in time. His royal weirdness and I were deciding what to do with that nasty little Hydra gift box you found.
Ah, yes. The spooky crate?
The very one. Though it is far from any mere container, I assure you. I am detecting powerful emanations from inside. If this is a sign of what Hydra is after, I fear we are all in grave danger.
My offer still stands. I could fly the thing up and nuke it in orbit. Only way to be sure.
Or we could open it, Tony, and perhaps use the mystical energies I sense inside to our advantage.
Yeah, I heard a we in there. Green goopy gamma serums are one thing. I'm not opening boxes full of mummy curses.
You don't have to. Hunter, if you'll allow me.
Your second funeral, boss. Hunter, buddy, talk to me. Well, Caretaker isn't big on the idea of hardwiring this place to an arc reactor. As far as I can tell, power here is distributed mostly via cobwebs and ghost farts anyway. Thanks to the miracle of modern hellfire, we have a near-limitless power source that, for whatever reason, burns ice cold. So much for science, right? Does this place smell funny to you? It's not the hellfire. There's something funky about here. I just can't seem to place. All this time, I figured these flames were connected to some kind of underground caldera. Boy, was I wrong. I'm convinced now there's something down there, under the forge. Seriously, ask Strange. It's monster breath. Caretaker isn't big on the idea of hardwiring this place to an arc reactor. As far as I can tell, power here is distributed mostly via cobweb.
We desperately need to get into this crate. If Hydra is now working to acquire mystical antiquities, then our situation is very dire indeed. We need to find a way to gain the upper hand.
And you think you can do it with whatever's in the container?
Tony has one of the greatest scientific minds that I've ever seen. I, of course, have an unparalleled understanding of the mystic arts. I have no doubt that we can find a way to research whatever we find in there and have it work in our favor. I just wonder what it could be.
I hope the two of you create something powerful. I want to stop Lilith quickly and decisively.
As I said, I'm sure it can help us. I just need to convince Tony to set his ego aside. His discomfort with the esoteric nature of the arcane might be a problem.
But Tony's eccentricities aside, I know you can make this work.
Right now, with the sanctum out of my reach, I'm fighting with one hand tied behind my back. Metaphorically, that is. If I can find items to research, I can give the Midnight Suns every possible advantage over Lilith and her disciples.
I look forward to seeing what you come up with.
Me too, Hunter. Now, all this talk is going nowhere unless we can get this container open and study what's inside. Approach the anvil, Hunter. We do not have time to spare.
Okay. Let's go.
Please tell me it's not another amulet.
Studying artifacts. Studying artifacts unlocks more powerful research projects at the Forge and generates significant resources for use in ability, upgrades and crafting.
By the hoary hosts of Hobbith, I can hardly believe it.
What? Is it worse than you expected?
No, it's totally unexpected. It's the Eternity Dagger. This was in a place of honor in my bedchamber in the Sanctum for years. The Sanctum Sanctorum is no common domicile to be burglared. These barbarians have no idea what they possessed.
Or perhaps they did. Maybe these artifacts are exactly what Faustus and my mother were after to begin with.
A distressing thought. If they had my dagger, then who knows what others of my priceless possessions have passed through their greedy fingers. The Cube of Nothingness. The Tear of Profia, and most worrisome of all.
Your toothbrush? You, had a little coffee thing going on this morning with your breath?
Oh, Tony.
Sorry. Doc's right, Hunter. I drank 3 glasses of holy water just to walk through the Sanctum's front door. Place is like a doomsday vault for all sorts of supernatural nastiness. We need to put a lid on this mess. Pronto.
I believe Carol is already working on it.
At last. Now that this artifact has been returned to its proper owner, we shall see if we can make use of the mystic forces contained within. It's not entirely worthless, just not especially valuable either.
Artifact study complete. The Eternity Dagger. Research level increased to level 1. Very nice. Research projects take 1 day to complete, but grant powerful rewards like room upgrades, combat items, and hero outfits. Research in progress. Research is now in progress. Return to the Forge tomorrow morning for the results. Gamma coil analysis.
What have you got for me, boss? No peeking now. Take your pick, Hunter.
Reveal new abilities. New Hunter ability. Inspire. Change the cost of a random heroic card in your hand to 0. Let's go with that one.
find more coil, send it my way.
Equipping abilities. You've gained a new combat ability for a hero. Open the hero screen to equip this new ability. Tip: the hero screen can be opened at any time in the Abbey with the options button. Equip and salvage. Abilities can be equipped or swapped with the cards already in a hero's combat deck. Any unused abilities should be salvaged for essence, which is required for upgrades, items, and more.
Hey, Hunter, got a sec to spare?
Meet Robbie in the forge. Okay.
You've been here more in the past few days than I have since... ever. The forge is pretty badass, but the creature trapped inside riles up my own inner demon. Speaking of, there's something you should know about me.
You are bonded with a spirit of vengeance?
Damn, you're good. How could you tell?
You are not the first spirit of vengeance to join the Midnight Suns. I fought beside another, just a few days... 3 centuries ago.
Oh man, sometimes when I have crap to work through, I like to get my blood pumping. Why don't we hit the yard for a sparring session? I know Sparky's excited to meet you.
Sparky?
That's what I call my spirit of vengeance. His real name is something you'd see written on a symbol, but with like 12 apostrophes. Also, he's not allowed inside after the incident with caretaker Sumerian sofa.
It would be my honor to spar with a spirit of vengeance.
Wow, he's real excited. Never thought he'd get bouncy, but here we are. Okay, let's do this. I'll get Blake to set things up. Won't take a minute.
I will head to the yard. When you and Sparky trade places, what does he look like?
He's the guy with the flaming metal skull and hellfire chains. Kinda hard to miss.
Spar with Ghost Rider. Is that who Ghost Rider is?
Intriguing.
That's interesting. Is there anything that we might be able to pick up?
I mean, hello there. Apologies, I was astral projecting this.
Hunter, ready to get your burn on? I'm talking training with Ghost Rider.
Spirits of vengeance train the hardest. Like playing with fire, huh?
Daily sparring. Every day the hunter can choose a new partner to spar with, resulting in increased friendship and unique rewards.
Maybe you should be the...
Sparring complete.
Hunter, report to the war room. We've got a mission.
Got a minute, Hunter? Crazy world you woke up to, Hunter. Hydra running around causing trouble. Apocalypse prophecies. The Bronx.
It is indeed, Daywalker.
And that op against Faustus. The way Captain Marvel just absorbed that bomb. Unbelievable, isn't it?
That bomb was clearly meant for me. I am in her debt.
Yeah, but I don't think she sees it that way. She just saves people. Amazing. Smart, quick-witted, fearless. Hell, she even glows.
And do you find all of your allies equally impressive?
Yes. No. Wait. What are you trying to say?
You are not used to expressing feelings of affection, are you?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
My apologies.
And if I did, this ain't my first rodeo, you know?
Of course it is not. Whatever a rodeo is.
Yeah. Well, now that that's settled, maybe I should go sharpen my stakes or something. And maybe we should keep this chat to ourselves for now. Not bad, Hunter. Guess I owe Nico a little money. I thought the Ghost Rider would be tougher.
Oh, hey, Hunter.
You called for me, Captain?
Keep telling ya, Carol works too, but yeah, I did. Now that Tony's finally starting to get a handle on his gremlin problem, I've been able to put Central to good use. Got a lead on some particularly gnarly Hydra operations happening in the city. But we need to move fast if we want to intercept them in time.
Then let's get going.
My thoughts exactly. There's just one problem, though. We seem to have lost our gatekeeper, Magic.
Lost?
Well, I updated her on the mission. She said something I can only assume to be a prolific swear word in Russian and disappeared. Literally. And with no magic...
There's no passage to New York. Or anywhere, for that matter.
Now you see my problem.
Do not worry, Captain. I will locate and alert her of the team's needs.
There's that can-do, get-it-done, old-timey prophesied savior of humanity attitude I was hoping to see today. Still, you better hurry. Not sure how long Hydra will remain in their current position.
Then I shall make haste.
Yes, you hasten as much as you can, Hunter. Not much more I can tell you, Hunter. Though I did hear her mutter something about Wanda right before she poofed away. Maybe that helps.
Thanks, Captain. I shall find her.
If you've come to ask me where Magic is, the answer is, I don't know. She doesn't talk to me very much anymore. She blames me for Wanda. I fear if she doesn't let her go, it will cost us all. Go find her.
Nico, do you know where Magic is? We need her.
Let me guess. To open another portal? She's getting a little tired of being the only person here who can do that. Can't say I blame her.
This is serious, Nico. Where is she?
Not sure. But I know she's been looking for Wanda's grimoire, so maybe check in Wanda's room?
Thanks for your help.
I'm game for another round if you are.
Why, hello, Hunter.
This room belonged to the Scarlet Witch, did it not?
Wanda. It belongs to Wanda. Let me guess. You are to ask me to do the one thing the others value me for. Opening their precious portal. Well, I am in the middle of something. Come back later.
That is no ordinary book. I can sense it from here.
Nothing in this place is ever ordinary. Especially this. Wanda's first grimoire. Agatha gave it to her when she was teaching her witchcraft, the dark arts. She was trying to help Wanda control her powers. She would never let me read it. So now I read it.
No good ever comes from a book like that. Trust me.
Funny, you sound like Wanda. She was also afraid of her power. I can almost hear her scolding me for invading her privacy. But I've done far worse than to rummage through someone else's things. Far worse. And so have you. I know what she's going through. To come face to face with true evil itself. To be dragged to some hell dimension so hot that your soul is scorched black. Your heart so filled with soot that it chokes out all the bright parts of you. Until you are just a dark thing of smoke and ash. I cannot let such a fate happen to her.
We will find her. I can feel it.
And just who will find her? Caretaker? The Avengers? Do not try to fool me with your false empathy, Hunter. I know Caretaker will never waste the resources looking for her.
Ileana, just open the portal.
You are like an Avenger. All you do is take, take, take. You expect too much. Okay, I will open your damn portal. It is times such as this that I wish someone else here could drill holes through space and time. Perhaps Doctor Strange should spend less time tinkering with Tony Stark in the Forge and focus more on his magic. No matter. I will be there when you are ready, Hunter. Goodbye. Yes?
I take it you found our gatekeeper. Then let me explain what's going on. When Hydra isn't preoccupied with world-ending scenarios, they spend a lot of their free time terrorizing the citizens of New York through various low-level operations. It's fairly routine stuff for heroes these days, and worst case, we'll still get some fresh intel in the process. Why don't you check the mirror table and see what we've got on our plate?
We don't have much time.
I'm just gonna go back, because I have a feeling that we might miss, or might have missed some things.
Well met.
Is there nothing to look at? That's the Punisher's room. And I assume this is Doctor Strange's room.
I'm almost getting used to seeing you on your feet again. Almost.
Okay. Combat bonus. Ghost Rider earned a combat bonus from sparring with the Hunter. Add him to the squad to earn a powerful boost at the start of the next mission. Okay. Let's go, Ghost Rider.
I did the math. It would actually be faster for me to fly.
So what is stopping you?
A shockwave would shatter most of the glass in the town.
That is not good.
Yeah, I try to be considerate.
We're sending you straight to the coordinates Captain Marvel identified in New York. Dr. Banner has confirmed that the gamma signatures in the area match those of Faustus's weapon. We need to recover whatever intel we can if we're going to find out exactly what's going on down there.
Stop Hydra helicopter. Disable the Hydra helicopter before it can depart. So target the helicopter with attacks to disable it before time runs out. Okay.
We serve until the end.
Bonus mission cards. Certain enemies will grant powerful cards when knocked out. Highlight an enemy with the cursor to see which card they will grant.
Looks like Captain Marvel was right on the...
Heroes. A single world-ending calamity is never enough to satiate your appetite for destruction. You insist on meddling further, forcing our hand yet again.
Oh, that's just lovely. Faustus has a radio. I'm assuming whatever Hydra is attempting to flee with on that chopper is our target. I suggest we stop it and see for ourselves.
All will be judged.
I saw a move like that once, centuries ago.
A Hydra! First strikes ring hollow.
For victory!
Really want to keep doing that?
They hope to break my resolve.
Reinforcements inbound.
You have nothing to fear.
You don't even know what it is you're pursuing. The Gamma Disruptor you so narrowly escaped with in our last encounter was only the beginning.
Show yourself to me, Faustus. I will open more in your eyes.
That ferocious spirit. You truly are your mother's child, Hunter.
You've had this.
Now I see why so many fear your strength.
For the mother!
I've been waiting.
They just don't know when to quit.
You know what to do.
I can... The last thing we need is for that pompous buffoon to win today. Stop that chopper, please.
With pleasure.
I suppose it's something.
Take this.
Defeat the remaining enemies to complete the mission.
You've grounded the helicopter. Excellent. Now you'll need to clean up the rest of Hydra's forces.
Now they're really in trouble.
Hail that!
None will be spared.
Drops. When an enemy is knocked back into a drop, they have a chance to be instantly knocked out. The instant knockout chance goes up as the enemy's health is reduced. Heroes and supervillains cannot be knocked into drops. Okay.
We serve until the end.
Nothing will be forgotten.
Follow my lead.
Thank you for that.
Your sacrifice will be remembered.
Our loyal soldiers aren't the punching bags you come to expect, are they? Somehow these humans, these mere mortals, dare to stand against ye fearsome gods. All possible dishonor!
It is nice not being on the receiving end of your wrath.
By her command.
I'll handle it.
That's getting old.
Take them out.
For years, I was considered a crazed zealot.
This has your name on it.
You make that look almost too easy.
Not bad.
Nice. It's your time. You doom yourself by association.
Proceeding as planned.